The Moza AirCross S is a budget-friendly gimbal that can stabilize cameras horizontally and vertically. The compact 3-axis stabilizer has a maximum payload of 1.8 kilos, weighs 700 grams and is therefore ideal to be used with phones but also medium-sized mirrorless cameras. The AirCross S has a new mount design that makes it easy to switch between shooting horizontally and vertically. The removable L bracket has two Arca Swiss mounts. One is placed on the right side and can slide into the tilt axis. This is the regular setup that can be used to film horizontally. The camera can be mounted onto another quick release plate and be placed on the left side of the L bracket. Right next to this mount is a 1/4-inch screw hole that can be used to mount phones with a dedicated mobile tripod holder. Although having a second mount is a good idea, it can be quite fiddly to screw and mount the phone adapter since the space on the bottom is very limited. To quickly change the setup to a vertical one, all that needs to be done is to slide the mount below the quick release plate on the left side into the tilt axis. What's best about this mode is that it doesn't matter if the phone mount is being used or the regular one, since both setups will be vertical. The AirCross S is the first Moza gimbal with a new joystick and button layout. The device features a simple but bright OLED screen that displays information such as settings, battery status, mode, etc. The joystick is now placed on the outer left side of the grip, and this type of placement is better for controlling the axis with the thumb while still being able to hold onto the grip. On the left side of the grip is the mode and menu button, and on the right side is the power button that can be used to put the gimbal in sleep mode without turning it off. On the back of the grip is a push button that can be used for different functions, but most importantly can lock all axes in any mode as long as it's being pressed. Above is a record button that can be used to start and stop the video recording when connecting a supported camera. When balancing the camera correctly and not going over the weight limit of 1.8 kilos, it's easy to get smooth and jitter-free shots. But how good the results will be depends even more on the size and form factor of the camera and lens, and not just the weight. All in all, the AirCross S does a pretty good job at stabilizing a large range of setups. The build quality is overall okay. The grip and housing are made from plastic and are not very robust. The buttons and joystick certainly make a better impression, although the joystick is rather sensitive when set to the default settings. This means it can be tricky to quickly get a precise framing, especially when using a medium to telephoto lens. Even though the grip doesn't have a high quality finish, the axes on the other hand are made from aluminium. All three axes can be fixed with individual locks to avoid the camera from bouncing around when the gimbal is being turned off. The AirCross S features an internal battery with a capacity of 1000 mAh. The gimbal supports PD fast charging via USB-C and has a maximum battery life of 9 to 12 hours depending on the mode and the weight of the camera setup. The Moza mobile app features all kinds of settings and can also be used to update the gimbal's firmware. Besides being able to control the device remotely, the application can also be used to copy the motion of a phone. This so-called mimic mode has already been around for a while, but it's good to see it implemented in a budget gimbal as well. The Moza AirCross S is a well-performing low-cost stabilizer that may not have the highest build quality, but certainly good ergonomics and one of the quickest multi-mounting systems. This is an interesting option for content creators who need to film both horizontally and vertically, especially since it can handle a variety of cameras such as phones, point-and-shoots, and small to medium-sized mirrorless cameras.